And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
There's a lot of things I like in board games, and one of those is the rock, paper, scissors mechanic. As a game itself, rock, paper, scissors is, not so interesting, but trying to outguess your opponent. Well, into the equation here comes a small two-player card game from One Draw, a Japanese company called Greedy Kingdoms. This is a very small, there's not a lot of pieces inside, but wow, was this such an entertaining game. And rather than explain why I like it, let me show you first, and then I'll tell you why I like it so much. It's a pretty neat game. So the game starts out with a bunch of resource tokens, and each resource token stands for a different thing. Yellow stands for gold, green stands for food, blue stands for land, and red stands for honor. And what you're attempting to do, you start with one resource of your choice except for honor. What you're attempting to do is be able to build these buildings here. This is the royal palace, and you need 4 honor and 1 land to build this. The first person to build 2 of those buildings is the winner. So you start out, and one person is the attacker, and the other person is the defender, and that will switch every turn. And on their turn, the attacker and the defender, they both get a handful of cards, different character cards, numbered from 1 to 8, and they're the exact same. So let's say I start out with a blue resource. And on my turn, I'm going to play some of these character cards. So I say, okay, I'm going to play the witch. The cost for playing her is nothing, but I'll get 1 gold and 1 food. So that's one of the 3 characters I'll play. I'll also play the painter. The cost for her is nothing, but will give me 1 honor. And then I'm going to play the ordinary worker. The cost of him is 1 honor. I don't have that, but if I play the painter first, then I'll get 2 gold and 2 food. So that's what I play down. You can see there's other things I could have played. This one, costs 1 gold and 2 food, but gives you 2 honor. Now, my opponent, they are trying to figure out which ones I'm going to play to stop me. So they'll say, okay, I think he'll play these 3. So they put those cards down. We turn the cards face up like this. And any card that was blocked, you can see that my ordinary worker witch and my ordinary worker painter were both blocked. Now I have to pay the costs for those, but there is no cost, so I'm fine. So then I can use the thief, though, because he was not blocked. Unfortunately, the thief cost 1 honor to use, and I don't have any honor. So I'm done with this turn. Now, before and after my turn, I have 2 things that I can do. One is I can buy these lands over here. Obviously, I want to buy the royal palaces as soon as I can. You can buy 1 land per turn. Or I could buy, for example, this field, which costs 1 blue. So let's say I do that. I'll draw a new land card to bring out. And this field here, when I buy it, I get 2 food. So there's some benefits to buying these lands. But better than that, I think, is you can always discard 2 resources of the same color and draw the top special character from the pile. Now when you draw these special characters, they will replace an ordinary character in your deck. For example, here's the thief. You see it costs 1 honor and you get 2 gold and 2 food. The upgraded thief costs nothing, gives you 2 gold, 2 food, and a land token. Now that's really neat. He's still blocked by the ordinary thief on the other side, so if I play my upgraded one and they play the ordinary one, then they'll cancel it out. And your opponent knows which of the special characters you've gotten, and they may say, well, he's going to play them, so I'll stop him. And I'll say, well, I know they're going to do that, so I'm not going to play my special characters. And they may know I'm not going to play my special characters, and so on and so forth. So as soon as a player upgrades and gets the 4 honor and a blue, and they buy a palace piece, the first person to do that twice is the winner. Gameplay takes about 20 minutes or so. Well, obviously I like this game. You can see how you're outguessing the opponent. I mean, it's a really small game. You have 8 character cards, but those upgrading to those special character cards really changes things. But also, you can't ignore the lands because you might get a land that gives you a blue resource chip every turn. You get several of those going, you get a nice little income coming in. But it's knowing that your opponent has those special cards. That makes that rock, paper, scissors, the Yomi aspect of this game so interesting that I'll play my 3 special characters and you block all of them. Or I know you have 3 special characters. So I play the 3 cards to block your special characters, and you don't play any of your special characters because you know I'm going to do that. But I don't care because at least I've stopped you from playing the special characters. So there's a lot of thought, and you say, well, I look at the resources that the other person has, they're probably going to play these cards and try to stop them. It's just very entertaining and interesting, and because it's so quick and the variety between the lands and the characters, I see this one being brought up often, especially when I have 2 players to play a game.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.